Beautiful souls out there, have you ever felt like you're walking this road all by yourself? Sometimes, life puts us in a position where we must move forward without anyone cheering us on, guiding us, or even believing in us. It's not easy. It's lonely, confusing, and often painful. But guess what? Some of the strongest and most successful people in the world built their greatness in silence. They learned how to win alone. Winning alone doesn't mean pushing people away. It means becoming so grounded, so self-driven, that you no longer depend on validation or company to rise. It's about developing emotional strength, discipline, and a deep understanding that solitude can be your greatest teacher. In this video, we'll explore 10 powerful steps that will help you master the art of standing strong on your own, from building mental toughness and emotional independence to finding peace and purpose in your solitude. Because when you learn to win alone, you become unstoppable with others. So let's begin this journey step by step to discover how you can turn your loneliness into strength and your silence into success. Step 1. Accept the silence and make it your friend. Let's be honest, being alone can feel like standing in a room full of echoes. The silence can be loud, almost uncomfortable. Most people try to escape it by turning on the TV, scrolling endlessly on their phones, or surrounding themselves with noise just to avoid that hollow feeling. But here's the truth. Silence is not your enemy. It's actually your greatest companion when you learn to embrace it. When you start your journey to win alone, the first step is acceptance. Accept the quiet. Accept that not everyone will walk beside you. Accept that not every friend, partner, or family member will understand your path. And that's okay. The moment you stop fighting your loneliness and start befriending it, you gain power over it. You stop feeling desperate for company and start feeling comfortable in your own space. That's where real strength begins. Silence is not emptiness. It's a mirror. It reflects what's truly inside you. When the world around you is quiet, your inner world begins to speak. You start hearing your thoughts, your fears, your dreams, your true desires. It might be uncomfortable at first, but over time you'll realize that silence gives you clarity like nothing else. It helps you understand who you are without the influence of others. Think about it. Every great thinker, artist, or leader spent time in solitude. They needed space away from the world's noise to hear their own ideas. The best decisions in life often come when you stop seeking everyone's opinion and listen to your own inner voice. You start realizing that peace doesn't come from others' approval. It comes from your alignment with your true self. So how do you make silence your friend? Start by spending intentional time alone without music, without your phone, without distractions. Sit quietly for a few minutes every day. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Feel the calm that slowly replaces anxiety. At first, your mind might wander to memories, regrets, or worries. Let it. That's your inner world trying to release its noise. Slowly, your silence becomes healing. You'll notice something powerful happening. Your creativity improves, your thoughts become clearer, and your emotional balance strengthens. You stop reacting to everything around you because you're more centered inside. The silence becomes your mental gym, a place where your patience, focus, and resilience grow stronger every day. And here's the most beautiful part. When you become friends with silence, you no longer feel alone. You start enjoying your own company. you realize that solitude is not isolation, it's elevation. It's the place where your mind resets, your heart heals, and your soul grows. So, before you chase people or distractions to fill your empty moments, take a breath and sit with your silence. Listen to it. Learn from it. Because the first victory in winning alone is not about fighting loneliness, it's about transforming it into peace. Step 2. Build unshakable self-belief. Once you've learned to accept silence, the next challenge is believing in yourself, even when no one else does. When you walk alone, you won't always have people cheering for you. You won't have someone reminding you that you're good enough. That's why you need to create a voice inside you that says, "I can do this," even when the world doubts you. Self-belief is not about arrogance, it's about confidence rooted in truth, the truth that you are capable, resilient, and deserving of success. But building this belief doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, and it starts with your thoughts. The way you talk to yourself in your mind shapes everything you do. If you keep repeating, "I'm not ready," "I'm not good enough," or "maybe I can't handle this," then those words become your reality. Your mind believes what you tell it, whether it's true or not. So, here's the key. Start reprogramming your thoughts. Whenever you catch yourself thinking negatively, stop and replace it with something powerful. Instead of saying, "I'm not ready," say, "I'm learning and getting stronger." Instead of saying, "No one believes in me," say, "I believe in myself, and that's enough." This isn't just positive thinking, it's mental training. Just like you train your muscles, you must train your mind to stay strong under pressure. Think about some of the greatest success stories in history. Most of those people started with nothing, no money, no connections, no support. The only thing they had was belief. Oprah Winfrey, J.K. Rowling, Elon Musk all faced rejection, criticism, and loneliness. But what kept them moving was the voice inside that whispered, "Keep going, you can." That's the same voice you must build inside you. Here's something powerful to remember. You can't control how others see you, but you can control how you see yourself. The world might underestimate you, but that doesn't matter. What matters is how you respond. Every time you take a step forward despite fear or doubt, you're proving to yourself that you can rely on your own strength. That's self-belief in action, not just words, but choices. Start celebrating your small wins. When you achieve something, even something tiny, recognize it. Don't wait for someone else to applaud you. Give yourself credit. Every victory, no matter how small, builds your confidence brick by brick. Keep a journal if you can write down your daily progress, your moments of courage, your lessons learned. When you look back, you'll see how far you've come, and that alone will reinforce your self-belief. Another powerful way to strengthen belief is through visualization. Spend a few minutes every day picturing your goals as if they've already happened. Imagine yourself succeeding, feeling proud, standing tall. Visualization sends a clear message to your subconscious mind. This is where I'm headed. Over time, your actions start aligning with that vision. But remember, belief is tested most when things go wrong. When plans fail. When people disappoint you. When you feel stuck. That's when your self-belief must step up. Don't see failure as proof that you can't. See it as proof that you're trying. Every setback carries a lesson. Learn from it, adjust, and keep going. Resilience is born from the times you refuse to give up. There's an old saying, A bird sitting on a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking, because her trust is not in the branch, but in her own wings. That's the mindset you need. Trust your wings. Trust your ability to rise again. No matter what life throws your way. Winning alone starts with believing that you already have what it takes. You just need to uncover it. Once that belief becomes unshakable, no amount of loneliness or rejection can break you. You'll stop waiting for others to validate your worth, because you'll already know it deep inside. So, the next time doubt creeps in, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I've got me. I believe in me. Because that's where your power truly begins, not in the world's approval, but in your own unwavering belief. Step 3. Create a clear vision and purpose for yourself. When you're walking alone, the road can feel endless if you don't know where you're heading. That's why the third step to winning alone is creating a clear vision and purpose, something that gives your solitude direction. Because when you have purpose, loneliness transforms into focus, and every step you take starts to mean something. Think about it. People who feel lost in life aren't necessarily weak. They just don't have a strong enough why. Without a purpose, it's easy to wake up every day and wonder, what am I even doing? But when your goals are tied to a meaningful purpose, you stop drifting and start driving your own life. You no longer need external motivation because your inner fire keeps you moving. So how do you find that purpose? Start by asking yourself 3 simple questions. 1. What makes me feel alive? 2. What do I want to contribute to the world? 3. What would I still do even if no one noticed or praised me for it? Your answers to these questions hold the seeds of your purpose. It might not appear clearly at first, but with reflection it starts to take shape. Maybe your purpose is to help others, create something meaningful, improve your family's future, or simply grow into the best version of yourself. Whatever it is, it should come from your heart, not from society's expectations. When you're alone, your purpose becomes your best friend. It keeps you going when motivation fades. It reminds you that your struggle has meaning. You begin to realize that every challenge is not a punishment. It's preparation for what you're meant to do. That's what separates those who wander from those who win. Winners don't move randomly. They move intentionally. Once you've found your vision, write it down. Don't just keep it in your head. Put it on paper where you can see it every day. Describe how you want your life to look in the next year, 5 years, or even 10. Be specific. Visualize your dream career, your habits, your mindset, your relationships, and your peace of mind. When you see it written out, it becomes more than a dream. It becomes a plan. But here's the truth. Clarity doesn't come overnight. It takes time. You'll question yourself, change your goals, and adjust your direction. That's perfectly okay. Growth is not a straight line. What matters is that you keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Even when things don't go as planned, your purpose will remind you why you started in the first place. One practical step you can take is setting micro goals. These are small, achievable steps that lead you closer to your vision. If your purpose is to start a business, begin by learning the skills you need. If it's to become emotionally stronger, start by journaling or meditating daily. These small actions build momentum, and momentum is what transforms dreams into reality. Another important thing, never compare your journey to others. When you're walking alone, it's tempting to look at people who seem ahead of you and feel like you're falling behind. But remember, you're not in the same race. You're building your own lane. Every person's vision unfolds at a different pace. Comparing only steals your peace and blurs your focus. Instead, measure yourself against who you were yesterday. That's your real competition. Let's be real. There will be days when you feel lost, when you question whether your efforts are worth it. That's normal. But in those moments, go back to your purpose. Read it. Remind yourself why you started. It will give you the strength to keep going. When you have a clear reason behind your actions, quitting no longer feels like an option. You see, having a vision is like having a light in a dark tunnel. The path may still be hard, but at least you know where you're heading. You might stumble, but you won't stay down for long because that light keeps pulling you forward. And the best part? The longer you walk toward that vision, the stronger your confidence grows. You stop fearing solitude because now you have direction, and direction gives life meaning. So, take time today to define your why. Write it down, believe in it, and let it guide every step you take. Because once your purpose becomes clear, your journey, no matter how lonely, will always feel worth it. Step 4. Develop discipline, your strongest weapon, when you're alone. When you're walking the path alone, no one is going to remind you to get up early, to stay focused, or to keep going when you feel tired. No one will push you to keep your promises or chase your goals. That's why discipline becomes your strongest weapon. It's what separates those who wish from those who win. Without discipline, even the most talented people get lost. But with it, even the ordinary become unstoppable. Let's get one thing straight. Motivation doesn't last forever. It's like a spark. It comes and goes. You might feel inspired one day and lazy the next. But discipline is different. It's the habit of doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up for yourself every single day, especially when no one's watching. When you master discipline, you no longer depend on moods or motivation. You become your own coach, your own reminder, your own driving force. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. Motivation is that initial burst of energy that makes you start the climb. But discipline is what keeps you moving when your legs ache, when the air gets thin, and when the top feels far away. It's not glamorous, it's often boring, repetitive, and hard, but every small step you take builds strength, character, and consistency. And that's what real winners are made of. Here's how to start building that discipline. Begin with one small habit. Don't try to change everything overnight. That's how most people fail. Pick one thing you want to be consistent with. It could be waking up early, reading 10 pages of a book every day, journaling, exercising, or working on your craft for one focused hour. Commit to that one habit for at least 30 days without excuses. Even when you're tired, busy, or uninspired, do it anyway. Every time you follow through, you're training your mind to obey your goals instead of your feelings. Another key part of discipline is creating structure. When you're alone, it's easy to waste time because there's no one keeping you accountable. That's why you need a personal system. Set clear routines: what time you wake up, when you work, when you rest, and when you reflect. Having a structure doesn't make your life rigid. It makes it stable. It gives your day direction and helps you stay focused when distractions try to pull you away. But discipline isn't just about routines, it's also about self-control. It's saying no to what doesn't serve your future. It's turning off your phone when you need to focus. It's choosing to work on your goals instead of wasting hours scrolling social media. Every no you give to distraction is a yes to your growth. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. Remember, discipline will often make you feel uncomfortable, especially in the beginning. You'll have moments when you question if it's worth it, but that discomfort is actually growth. It's your old habits fighting back because they don't want to leave. Push through it. Once you break that resistance, you'll start feeling proud of your consistency. You'll realize you no longer need to rely on others to keep you on track. You've built the power to lead yourself. To strengthen discipline, reward yourself for progress, not perfection. Every time you complete a task or stick to your routine, acknowledge it. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. This keeps your brain motivated to keep going. Also, be kind to yourself when you slip. Discipline doesn't mean being perfect. It means bouncing back quickly after failure. Don't waste energy feeling guilty. Learn the lesson and move forward stronger. Think about the people you admire most: athletes, leaders, creators, or entrepreneurs. What do they all have in common? Discipline. They wake up early, train hard, study, practice, and work on their dreams when others are resting. They know that consistency beats talent every single time. You can have all the potential in the world, but without discipline, it's wasted. And here's a secret. Discipline creates freedom. It may feel strict at first, but it actually sets you free. When you're disciplined, you control your time, your habits, and your destiny. You stop being a slave to laziness or distraction. You feel powerful because you're leading your life intentionally. So, if you truly want to win alone, make discipline your daily companion. It doesn't matter if you're tired, uninspired, or unsure, show up anyway. Do the work even when no one notices. Over time, your effort will speak louder than words, because while others are still talking about their dreams, you'll be out there quietly building yours step by step, day by day, with unstoppable discipline. Step 5. Strengthen your emotional resilience. Learn to rise after every fall. Walking alone isn't just a physical journey. It's an emotional battle. There will be days when things go wrong, when plans fail, when you feel like the world is testing your patience. You'll face rejections, loneliness, and self-doubt. That's why Step 5 is about building emotional resilience, the ability to stand back up no matter how many times life knocks you down. Because the truth is, strength isn't measured by how much you can lift. It's measured by how well you recover. When you're on your own, every setback feels heavier because you don't have someone beside you to share the burden. That's when your inner toughness becomes your best friend. Emotional resilience means knowing that pain, disappointment, and failure are not the end of your story. They're simply chapters that shape your strength. Every time you rise after falling, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than your circumstances. Let's be real. No one escapes pain. Everyone goes through heartbreak, betrayal, or loss at some point. The difference between those who crumble and those who grow is how they respond to it. You can either let pain break you or let it build you. You can choose to drown in your sadness or swim through it toward growth. The choice is always yours. The first step in building resilience is accepting your emotions instead of running from them. Don't hide your sadness, frustration, or anger. Feel them, understand them, and then release them. Emotions are like waves. If you resist them, they'll hit harder. But if you let them flow, they'll pass naturally. Cry if you need to. Scream if it helps. Then take a deep breath and remind yourself, this feeling is temporary, but my strength is permanent. The second step is learning from every setback. Every failure carries a hidden lesson. Maybe it's teaching you patience, maybe it's guiding you toward a better path, or maybe it's simply showing you what doesn't work. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Start asking, what can I learn from this? That simple shift in perspective turns your pain into wisdom. Resilient people don't see challenges as punishment. They see them as preparation. Every obstacle you face is training you for something greater. Every disappointment is teaching you endurance. Every heartbreak is teaching you to love yourself more deeply. You begin to understand that life isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. Another important part of resilience is self-compassion. When you fail or fall short, don't attack yourself. Talk to yourself like you would to a friend. Tell yourself, it's okay. I'm learning. I'll try again. Be gentle but firm. Remember, healing doesn't mean pretending to be fine. It means allowing yourself to grow through what hurt you. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond, and that's your superpower. Resilience also comes from staying grounded in the present. When life feels overwhelming, your mind will try to escape. It'll replay the past or worry about the future. But real strength is in focusing on the now. Take one step at a time. Handle one thing at a time. When you stay in the present, the mountain ahead doesn't look so impossible anymore. And here's something powerful. Use your struggles as fuel. Let your pain become your motivation. Every person who's ever achieved greatness used their hardships as energy to keep pushing forward. They didn't let pain silence them, they turned it into purpose. So when you feel broken, don't see it as the end. See it as the beginning of a stronger version of yourself. Remember this, resilience doesn't mean you never fall. It means you never stay down. It's standing tall even with shaky legs. It's smiling through the tears and saying, I'll rise again. It's refusing to let your scars define you instead. You let them remind you of your survival. So, the next time life throws something heavy at you, pause and remind yourself you've made it through 100% of your hardest days so far. You've survived pain, heartbreak, and disappointment before, and you'll survive this too. Because every time you fall and rise again, you're not just surviving, you're evolving into someone unbreakable. Winning alone isn't about avoiding pain. It's about learning to rise, no matter how many times life pushes you down. And when you master that, when your heart stays calm in chaos, and your mind stays focused in the storm, that's when you truly become unstoppable. Step 6. Learn to enjoy your own company. Turn solitude into strength. When most people hear the word alone, they immediately think of loneliness. But solitude and loneliness are two very different things. Loneliness is the pain of being by yourself. Solitude is the peace of being with yourself. And the truth is, if you ever want to win alone, you must learn how to truly enjoy your own company. Because when you can sit in silence, think clearly, and feel content without needing anyone else to fill the space, You found a kind of power that can't be shaken. In a world that's always loud, constantly connected, and full of distractions, being alone has almost become uncomfortable. We live in a time when people fear silence more than failure. They'll do anything to avoid it. Open social media, call someone, watch endless videos, anything but sit quietly with their own thoughts. But when you run from solitude, you also run from self-awareness. Because it's only when everything gets quiet that you can actually hear yourself. The ability to enjoy your own company is one of the strongest signs of emotional maturity. It means you don't depend on others to make you happy. You create your own peace. You learn to understand your emotions, organize your thoughts, and reflect on your goals. You begin to notice the small things, the sound of rain, the warmth of sunlight, the calm that comes from a deep breath. Those moments of solitude become your source of strength and creativity. So how do you learn to love your own company? It starts with changing your perspective. Stop seeing alone time as empty time. Instead, treat it as me time, your opportunity to recharge, to grow, and to reconnect with yourself. Spend that time doing things that make your heart feel alive. Reading, writing, painting, meditating, walking in nature, or simply sitting with your thoughts. The goal is to replace the feeling of loneliness with the feeling of presence. Another powerful step is talking kindly to yourself. The conversations you have in your mind shape how you feel in solitude. If you spend that time criticizing yourself, you'll always feel uneasy being alone. But if you use that time to encourage, understand, and forgive yourself, solitude becomes healing. It's where you learn to be your own friend, your own motivator, and your own safe place. Here's something many people don't realize. The more you enjoy your own company, the more powerful you become in relationships. Why? Because you stop depending on others to complete you. You're no longer needy or desperate for attention. You love people freely, not out of loneliness but out of choice. You don't chase validation because you already value yourself. You can walk away from anything that doesn't bring peace because you've learned that your peace is priceless. Let's be honest, this takes practice. At first, being alone might feel uncomfortable. Your mind will try to fill the silence with worries, regrets, or comparisons. But stay patient. Let the silence stretch. Over time, you'll notice something changing. That restlessness turns into calm. That anxiety turns into focus. That emptiness turns into self-connection. One practical tip is to create small solo rituals that you look forward to. Maybe it's having your morning coffee in peace, journaling about your day, taking evening walks, or practicing gratitude before bed. These moments become your anchors. They remind you that solitude isn't a punishment, it's a privilege. It's your space to breathe, reset, and reflect. You can also use solitude as a creative tool. Some of the most brilliant ideas in history were born in quiet moments. When you stop absorbing the world's noise, your inner voice gets louder. That's when inspiration strikes. Whether you're an artist, a thinker, or simply someone trying to build a better life, solitude gives your mind room to think deeply and imagine freely. Most importantly, learn to enjoy being by yourself, not because you have no one, but because you've realized you're enough. You don't need a crowd to feel complete. You don't need constant validation to feel valuable. You already have everything you need within you. That realization is freedom. So spend time with yourself. Talk to yourself. Laugh alone. Go out alone. Heal alone. Because one day you'll look back and realize that these quiet moments, the times when it was just you against the world, were the moments that shaped your strength the most. Remember, solitude is not loneliness. It's self-connection. It's where you grow, heal, and rebuild. The world often tells you that being alone is a weakness, but the truth is it's one of the greatest strengths you can ever have. When you can stand strong in your own company, you become someone who no storm can break. Step 7. Master the art of self-motivation. Be your own source of drive. When you're walking alone, there won't always be someone to push you, guide you, or remind you to keep going. There will be days when you feel tired, discouraged, or uninspired, and that's when self-motivation becomes your greatest strength. Step 7 is all about becoming your own fire, because if you can learn to fuel yourself from within, you'll never again have to wait for external energy to move you forward. Let's face it, it's easy to stay motivated when people are clapping for you, when progress is visible, or when life feels exciting. But what about the days when everything is silent, when no one notices your effort, when results come slowly, and when every step feels heavy? Those are the days that test what you're really made of. Most people give up not because they lack talent, but because they don't know how to keep their inner fire burning when the world turns cold. So, how do you build self-motivation? It starts with knowing your why. Your why is the reason you started, the deeper purpose behind your actions. When your why is strong enough, it keeps you moving even when your energy is low. Ask yourself, why do I want this goal? What will my life look like when I achieve it? How will I feel if I give up? The answers to these questions become your emotional fuel. They remind you that your journey matters, even when progress feels invisible. Another way to stay motivated is by creating small wins every day. Don't wait for a massive success to feel good about yourself. Break your big goals into smaller, manageable steps and celebrate each one. Finished a workout? Celebrate. Read 10 pages? Celebrate. Took one more step toward your dream? Celebrate. These micro-victories build momentum. The brain loves progress, even in small doses. Every tiny success releases a bit of dopamine, the chemical of motivation, and it keeps you wanting more. You also need to manage your energy wisely. Motivation fades fast when you're burned out or drained. Take care of your body and mind. Eat well, sleep enough, move your body, and spend time in nature. Motivation isn't only mental. It's physical, too. A healthy routine keeps your energy level stable, and a clear mind keeps your focus sharp. Another secret of self-motivated people is visualization. Every morning or before you sleep, close your eyes and imagine your future self living your dream, feeling proud, standing strong. See the details. Feel the emotions. This mental exercise connects your daily actions to your ultimate goal. It reminds your subconscious mind what you're working for. And when your mind believes it's possible, your body follows. But let's be real. Even with all this, there will be days when motivation simply disappears. You'll wake up and feel like doing nothing. That's okay. The key is to act first, feel later. Don't wait for motivation to come before you start, and motivation will come. Take one small action. Write one line. Do one push-up. Make one call. The moment you start moving, energy follows. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Also, learn to speak to yourself like a coach, not a critic. When you fail or fall behind, don't tear yourself down. Instead, remind yourself of how far you've come. Say things like, "I'm still learning. This is part of the process. I'll try again tomorrow." Harsh self-talk kills motivation, but compassionate honesty keeps you going. And don't forget to surround yourself with inspiration. Read books that challenge you. Watch videos that lift you. Listen to voices that remind you of your power. You might be physically alone, but your environment doesn't have to be empty. Fill your surroundings with positivity, purpose, and reminders of who you want to become. Here's something beautiful to remember. Self-motivation grows stronger every time you keep going without external validation. Every time you push through laziness, fear, or boredom, you're building a deeper kind of power, self-discipline combined with purpose. You begin to realize that you don't need anyone to wake you up, remind you, or believe in you because you already do. When you master the art of self-motivation, loneliness turns into focus. You stop waiting for perfect conditions or for people to support you. You simply get up and start. You become unstoppable because your drive comes from within. And that's the kind of motivation that never runs out because it's powered by your heart, not by applause. So the next time you feel unmotivated, remember this. You don't need someone to light your fire. You are the fire. You carry within you the energy, purpose, and courage to move mountains even when no one's watching. All you have to do is keep that flame alive. Feed it with effort, patience, and belief every single day. Because the one who can push themselves when the world is silent is the one who will win alone. Step 8. Build discipline like a shield. If you want to win alone, discipline must become your best friend. It's the line between wishing for change and actually living it. When no one is there to push you, remind you, or motivate you, discipline is the voice that says, "Get up and do it anyway." Most people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they rely too much on motivation, and motivation fades fast. Discipline, on the other hand, stays. It's steady. It's reliable. It's the habit that keeps you moving even when you don't feel like it. Think about this. When you're alone, you're your own coach, your own boss, your own accountability partner. Nobody's coming to save you, and no one's watching if you skip a day or give up early. That's exactly why discipline becomes your armor. It protects you from the weakness of giving in to laziness, fear, or doubt. It doesn't matter how small your goal is. Maybe it's waking up early, learning a new skill, or eating healthy. When you commit and stick to it, you build trust with yourself. And that trust changes everything. Winning alone means showing up for yourself. Every single day, even when no one claps for you. Because the truth is, consistency beats intensity. It's not about doing something huge. Once in a while, it's about doing the small things daily, no matter how you feel. The days you don't feel like doing it, those are the days that define your strength. That's when real winners are made. Let's be honest, it's easy to get distracted when you're alone. Netflix, social media, procrastination, they all whisper in your ear, offering comfort instead of progress. But discipline helps you say, "No, I have work to do." It's not about being harsh on yourself. It's about protecting your future from your present weakness. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. You start believing that you can rely on you, and that's the most powerful form of self-respect. If you want to build discipline, start small. Don't try to change everything overnight. Pick one thing, something simple, like making your bed every morning, exercising for 10 minutes, or reading 5 pages a day. Do it every day. No excuses. Over time, that one small act of consistency rewires your brain. It tells your mind, I am in control. Then, slowly, you'll start applying that same discipline to bigger areas of your life, your career, your goals, your habits, your emotions. And here's the secret most people miss. Discipline doesn't limit your freedom. It creates it. When you're disciplined, you're not a slave to mood swings, distractions, or impulses. You're in charge of your life. You can trust yourself to stay on track, even when the world around you is chaotic. That's how you win, by mastering yourself. So, when the temptation to give up creeps in, when you feel tired or uninspired, remember this: you've come too far to stop now. Your future self is watching, hoping you'll keep going. Build discipline like a shield. Wear it proudly, use it wisely, and let it guard your purpose. Because when you have discipline, you don't need anyone else to keep you moving. You become unstoppable on your own. Step 9. Protect your peace at all costs. Winning alone doesn't just mean working hard, it also means protecting your peace, like it's your most valuable treasure. Because honestly, it is. Your peace is your power. It's the calm that keeps you grounded when everything around you feels chaotic. It's the quiet strength that helps you think clearly, make smart decisions, and stay focused on your path. But here's the thing. The world will constantly try to steal your peace. People, situations, negativity, drama, they'll all come knocking. And when you're alone, you have to be your own guard. One of the hardest lessons you'll learn on this journey is that not everyone deserves access to your mind or your emotions. Some people drain your energy without even realizing it. They bring complaints, gossip, or criticism into your space. You don't owe them your attention. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to protect your energy and set boundaries that keep your heart safe. Because when you protect your peace, you protect your focus, and without focus, you can't win. Peace doesn't mean avoiding problems. It means facing them with calmness. It means not letting anger, stress, or fear control your actions. When you're truly at peace, you stop reacting to everything. You stop chasing arguments. You stop trying to prove your worth to people who don't see it. You realize that silence is stronger than shouting, and walking away is more powerful than fighting for attention. That's not weakness, that's emotional mastery. Let's be real. The world often rewards loudness, people who argue, compete, or constantly seek validation. But the quiet ones, the ones who stay calm, centered, and in control, are the true winners. They don't waste their energy on what doesn't matter. They use it to build, to heal, to grow. And when you do that, your peace becomes magnetic. You'll attract better people, better opportunities, and a better life. To protect your peace, start by identifying what disturbs it. Is it certain people? Certain habits? Maybe it's overthinking, scrolling too much, or replaying painful memories. Whatever it is, become aware of it. Awareness is your first line of defense. Then, slowly create space between you and those triggers. You don't have to cut everyone off, but you can create emotional distance. Not everything deserves a reaction. Not everyone deserves a reply. Sometimes the best response is silence and moving forward. Another key part of protecting your peace is creating a peaceful environment. Your surroundings reflect your inner world. If your space is messy, cluttered, or filled with negativity, it affects your mindset. Keep your space clean, calm, and filled with things that inspire you: a journal, a plant, a quote, soft music. Make your surroundings a sanctuary for your soul. When your environment feels peaceful, your mind follows. And remember, protecting your peace also means protecting your time. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Don't waste it on meaningless arguments or people who don't value you. Use it to learn, to grow, to rest, and to build the life you deserve. When you stop giving energy to distractions, you'll find that peace naturally fills the space. Winning alone doesn't mean shutting the world out. It means choosing what's worth letting in. You have the power to decide what affects you. You can't always control what happens around you, but you can control how you respond. That's real freedom. So from now on, treat your peace like a priceless jewel. Guard it from negativity. Protect it from chaos. And don't let anyone take it away from you. Because when you protect your peace, you protect your purpose. And when your mind is calm, your path becomes clear. That's how you keep winning quietly, gracefully, and powerfully, even when you're alone. Step 10. Take full responsibility for your life. Own your power completely. Here's the truth. If you want to win alone, no one is coming to save you. No one will fix your mistakes, make your decisions, or carry your dreams for you. The only person who truly controls your life is you. That's both terrifying and liberating. Terrifying because it's a huge responsibility, but liberating because it means you hold all the power to shape your destiny. Step 10 is about taking full responsibility for your life and embracing that power fully. When you're alone, it's easy to blame circumstances, people, or luck when things go wrong. You might say, "I didn't get that opportunity because of them," or "life isn't fair." But here's the reality. Blaming others keeps you stuck. It takes your power away. Winning alone requires flipping the script. You must accept that you are 100% responsible for your actions, your decisions, and your results, both good and bad. That acceptance is the ultimate freedom, because once you stop blaming, you can start acting. Taking responsibility doesn't mean beating yourself up for past mistakes. It means learning from them. Every failure, every setback, every wrong turn is information, not punishment. Ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? How can I use this experience to grow? When you shift from blame to learning, you move from being a victim of life to being the architect of your own future. Another critical part of owning your life is being proactive, not reactive. Winners don't wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or someone else's permission. They take action with what they have, where they are. They make decisions deliberately, plan strategically, and execute consistently. Waiting for someone to guide you is the opposite of winning alone. It keeps you dependent. The moment you step up and lead yourself, you become unstoppable. Self-awareness is key here. Understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your habits, and your patterns. Know where you excel and where you need improvement. This clarity gives you the power to make informed choices. When you're alone, self-awareness is like a compass. It points you in the right direction, even when no one else is around to guide you. You also need to take responsibility for your mindset. Your thoughts shape your actions. If you let negativity, fear, or doubt control you, you'll stay stuck. But if you choose to control your thoughts to stay positive, focused, and determined, you create a mental environment that supports your goals. Remember, no one else is responsible for how you think or feel. Your mind is yours, and it's the most powerful tool you have. Accountability is another secret weapon. Hold yourself accountable daily. Set clear goals and measure your progress honestly. Celebrate successes and confront failures without excuses. When you hold yourself to a high standard, you stop waiting for praise or approval. You become self-sufficient, self-motivated, and unshakable. Here's the most powerful part. When you fully take responsibility for your life, you stop waiting for permission to succeed. You stop depending on others to approve your decisions. You stop letting circumstances dictate your happiness. You realize that your power was inside you all along, and it always was. That realization alone transforms loneliness from a weakness into a superpower. Finally, remember that winning alone is not a destination, it's a journey. You won't always get it right, but every day you take responsibility. Every day you show up for yourself, you're moving forward. You're proving that you don't need anyone to complete you, guide you, or validate you. You are enough. You are capable. You are powerful. So, embrace your life completely. Own your choices, your actions, and your results. Accept that no one else is responsible for your happiness, success, or growth. Only you are. When you live with this level of ownership, nothing can stop you. Your solitude becomes strength. Your independence becomes freedom, and your life becomes a masterpiece created entirely by your own hands. Winning alone isn't about being lonely or isolated. It's about standing tall, moving forward, and creating a life that no one can shake because you've claimed your power completely. Final words. Hey, loving listeners. You've just walked through all 10 powerful steps to winning alone. Remember, this journey isn't about luck, comfort, or depending on others. It's about building yourself from the inside out. Every step you take alone, every moment you choose self-growth, every time you rise after a setback, you're shaping a stronger, wiser, and unstoppable version of yourself. Winning alone means mastering your mind, protecting your peace, fueling your motivation, and taking full responsibility for your life. It's about walking your path with courage, focus, and unwavering belief in yourself, even when no one else is watching. So start today. Apply these steps one by one. Embrace solitude as a strength. Let discipline guide you. Protect your peace. Build resilience. Fuel your own motivation. Own your decisions, because when you do, you're not just surviving alone, you're thriving alone, creating a life only you can lead. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mind-Blowing Motive. We bring you motivational, practical, and life-changing tips to help you grow stronger, smarter, and unstoppable every single day. Keep watching, keep learning, and keep winning. Your best self is waiting.